Hi, I'm Raegan. I've been riding for 2 years, since fall of 2020. Welcome to my garage. I've ridden probably around 15,000 miles on my Sportster 48, and then probably another couple thousand miles on whatever my husband's been riding. So back in June of this year, my husband and I rode down Highway 101 to Los Angeles and then back up 395 home to Olympia. And midway through that trip, I got COVID and had to decide whether or not to keep going or to fly home and then figure out how to get my bike home from LA. But I ended up just kind of taking a couple days to collect myself and then rode home with COVID, which was pretty crazy. A lot of fun, which was surprising. But yeah, it was pretty wild. Definitely not the trip that I thought it would be, but it was still the best motorcycle trip I've taken. I think the number one thing that I took out of that experience was just that the hardest miles can often be the most rewarding, and that if you're willing to stick it out, that you can still get a lot out of it, even if it's not what you thought it was going to be or what you hoped for. Because some of those days I woke up with a fever and I just felt like crap, and I just couldn't picture myself getting on my bike and riding hundreds of miles, but I did it anyway, and they ended up being the best riding days. So I moved here from Columbus, Georgia, which is about 2 hours south of Atlanta, where it is warm pretty much year round. I think the coldest it might get in the winter is 60, 58 maybe. So I rode year round when I first started riding, and then we moved here, and even though I'm from Oregon, I never rode motorcycles in Oregon. So moving back to the Pacific Northwest as a motorcycle rider has really made my experience of the Pacific Northwest completely different. It's really shifted the way that I think about myself as a rider, because I still ride year round. It's not the same, obviously, but it's really shifted me into the garage more, and really placed a lot more value on the projects that I do. And I definitely enjoy the projects that I do now, more than I did when I was in Georgia. So for my 48, this winter I'm going to switch up the front end on it. I'd like to take it from a mid-glide to a narrow glide and hopefully put on some rabbit ear bars to make it a little bit more comfy for me. And then I'm gonna get a different air cleaner on it, because this air cleaner came with the bike when I got it, and so did the Vance & Hines pipes. So I'd like to take the air cleaner off and put some new pipes on it. On the lowrider, as many projects as I can get away with while my husband is deployed. I would like to put some fatter grips on it, just small stuff to make it a little bit more comfortable, because I'm gonna take it down to LA in the spring. So fatter grips, maybe a highway bar. I bought this Ironhead engine that is really crusty and rusty and gross, because I just wanted to get my hands dirty and take apart a motor, a Harley motor, an old one, and hopefully build something cool out of it. So right now I'm in the stage of taking apart the top end and taking a look inside and kind of learning what is going on internally. It's obviously been sitting for a long time. But yeah, I would like to turn it into a chopper. I mean, the motorcycle community in the Pacific Northwest, that was something that I wasn't really expecting when we moved here. Because again, coming from Georgia, I just don't think there are quite as many riders out there, at least not that we encountered. But coming here, I mean, it seems like everybody rides or knows somebody who rides, and the community is so tight-knit and has been such a bright spot in moving here. I've learned so much from everybody. I think that I've met has been so welcoming and so like happy to help with projects or whatever it is. And then like the women's motorcycle community here has been something that has just been so amazing to get to be a part of, getting to ride with other women and finding real community there. Yeah, it's just been the best.